But yes, if if you knew, turn that down there, 40. That's much better. Jesus Christ, that file. Yes. Welcome to Outer Worlds. Recording this from my baby because I love her face and she wants to watch me play this. Maybe you do too. We're just fucking around, mainly doing side quests. Nothing major, but yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it. Alright, let's go, let's go. We're gonna smoke a bowl because we can. Alright, I forgot what I was doing for a second there, but pretty sure I can't just walk in here. There's some bad guys. Gotta sneak. Get this shit. So I don't know if I'm trying to piss these fools off. I'm not really trying to piss these fools off. So. I'm probably gonna pack a small bowl. Probably won't even finish it. But those are my companions. Let's see if I can't get them in frame a little better. There we go, look at that. I'm pretty sure as soon as I step out onto the floor, I'm gonna have to deal. Yep. What the fuck? We jacking everything. I don't care if it ain't nailed down, I'm taking it. What the Whoa, it's a woolly cow.
Developing new Talaritos flavors may not be glamorous, but our work is vital to the colony.
Oh, they are experimenting. Oh, they are. Cool. Alright, we got some bad guys coming up. We gotta watch them. Avoid them. Oh shit, hello.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That's spectacular.
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for, so I had the techs run the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different this time.
Do the words statistically insignificant mean anything to you?
Of course, but we're obligated to explore every possibility.
We're obligated to get a working formula before Akande has us all in tanks to help test the next batch of samples. Now get to work.
Oh, hello. I need this workbench. What are you? Uh-oh, alright. It's a special weapon. I won't be able to modify it. If we come into the Tinkler section, here it is. The pink slip. And we will tinker. Oh, cool. I wish I could install a mod, but I cannot install a mod. But it's okay. Cool. Oh yeah. Silly me, I need to put my gun. Because now this one's doing 280 at 224. And this is, oh yeah. Shh. Oh fuck, I did not mean to do that. God damn it, I think I'm playing Call of Duty. My bad. My bad. There. No, no, no. Yeah. And I can't mod this one? That sucks. Just tinker it. Put this away though, because I'm not gonna shoot anybody. Oh shit.
Huh?
No Call of Duty.
Something's not right.
Oh shit.
Watch out!
Don't hurt me!
No, no.
Ah!
They're not with me.
Ah!
Stop shooting.
I'll take this one!
Fuck.
Ah!
Did I just get it? Oh shit. Did I just kill? Oh no. Oh no. Whoops. My bad. I did not just mean to do that. You should tell me stuff like that's gonna happen before I do it. Kinda feel bad. I just killed everybody in here. Oh well. I mean, it's time to roll the fuck out. And that's the only other way, right? Yep. Wow. Go out this elevator. Right? Oh. And maybe that'll take me where I need to go.
I don't know what it is, but my gun's been acting funny. Used to be, I had to correct for a bit of leftward drag. Got used to standing just so, and after a while, it put a thorn in my side, something awful. Lately, though, it ain't pulling. I find my stance much improved.
Oh, that's real good to hear. It took me a while to... never mind.
What? Girl, have you been touching my stuff?
I'm sorry, I should have asked. I just got real bored, and I seen you leaning, and the gun was sitting right there.
Damn it. Damn, I knew that was gonna hurt. Medical droid, help me.
I've always...
That episode from a few weeks ago. come to do your part to defend our fair city? What can I help you find?
Nope. It's not here. Oh. It's the exact same. What am I missing? I need light ammo.
Our UDL security attendant is always prepared.
CNP.
I can think I can fast travel right to my ship then. That's where I need to go. Yeah.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
What?
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I'm glad to hear that. This may come as a surprise, but I happen to enjoy your work. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. Today the region is profitable for the first time in years. Its workers are productive. They might even be happy. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Don't worry about pay. The board always rewards good work. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's go talk to Phineas.
Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
Busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless they're working on some kind of hibernation technology. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us, skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
Experimental methods for killing noxious life forms are not covered under this unit's limited liability agreement.
Well said, whatever you are. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses. Certainly. How can I help? Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly. Skip drives were never designed to be... That is, it wouldn't surprise me when
Hmm.
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Crew report. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
I need a word. Enjoying some R&R?
Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Which brings us to where we are today. Several messages and a few years late. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise. This is why I have to see them. They'll hardly recognize me. Oh, well, I was thinking you'd come too? Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that. Just know that I've got plenty more suggestions if you need them. Anything else? I admire your grit, but some wounds don't heal. And I say that as someone who's plugged a few severed aortas. Ginger chops and the pencil pusher. By all accounts, Sanjar and Graham have been at each other's throats for years. Digging into their personal history isn't going to change anything. Honestly, stay out of it. We've got our own problems to deal with. I try to save my captain a headache when I can. Usually ends up saving me one too. Hey, I'm a doctor here. That means I'm supposed to be the one nosing into your business. Anyway, I can take a hint. You stay out of mine, and I'll stay out of yours. Anything else?
Yeah. Alright, let's take you with me then. Of course, you got dick for weapons. Probably should have weaponed you up first. All right. Could be a trap.
All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on.
Looks like I ain't giving up my damn weapons.
How may I be of assistance?
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fett, but I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more and nothing less.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. I will be frank. Edgewater was a lost cause. I never expected the settlement to survive another year. But then, you came along. I don't know how you managed to convince a faction of disloyal workers to return to their posts. In fact, Edgewater is more productive than ever before. Every worker in Edgewater will be expedited into our lifetime employment program. Well done, Captain. That town owes you an enormous debt. Sensible as well as modest.
Yeah.
You're quickly becoming my favorite freelancer. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history.
Yeah.
There's just one last job I need you to do for me.
What?
I've made arrangements for you to journey to the Hope. You will board your former colony ship, reactivate its navigation systems, and skip the colony ship into orbit around Tartarus. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we need to begin healing the colony. You've proven yourself more than capable. I don't know if there's anyone better suited to this mission than you. Give yourself some credit, Captain. You've come this far without dying in some senseless accident. Clearly, the architect has a plan for you. Technology, Captain. The same technology that allowed you and your fellow colonists to make the journey from Earth to Halcyon. Under the Lifetime Employment Program, every suitable worker in Halcyon will be placed in suspended animation. The Hope is convenience. The Hope is a massive ship and we'll need to make use of it. Our facilities in Tartarus will benefit from having the ship within orbit. I won't lie to you. We're going to have to dispose of some of the Hope's settlers in order to make room for Halcyon's rotating workforce. But try to understand. Many of your fellow settlers are beyond saving. They've been frozen for far too long, and the revival process would be lethal. The Hope has been out of commission for years.
you'll need to connect your own ship to the Hope's auxiliary power supply.
Really?
Then make your way to the Hope's bridge. Your ship's computer will activate the Hope's skip drive and bring you into orbit around. I have the highest faith in your abilities, Captain. You and I are going to save Halcyon together.
Can we talk?
Where are we headed?
So we're really gonna do this? I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas is in a class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra 2's orbit right under the board's nose? Something tells me you're the first person to ever utter those words, Captain. I think this whole thing is insane, but it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme? I'll do anything for a good story, and nothing shines on a pirate's resume like a successful suicide mission. But I asked you first. I'm gonna try to forget that you've been calling the shots this whole time. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy? You're too trusting, and I'm gonna remember that when I negotiate for my cut of our reward, okay? Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. Anything else?
Adjutant Akande has instructed me to reward you for information leading to the arrest of Phineas Wells. Please allow me to extend my felicitations on a job well done. Quite so, sir.
Yeah. It's got a shit ton of XP. Come on.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. Sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
All right, sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just Ellie.
I'm afraid I can't come down here.
The dissidents actually took over the refinery. I can't believe it!
Where was it then?
That episode from a few weeks ago was supposedly based on the real...
CNP pancake mix now requires no mixing. Seriously. Don't mix it.
Thank the Lord we didn't design this, right? I only wish they...
Spacer's Choice dehydrated water fountain. Now available in carbonated.
Hortensio to be about it.
Nice thing about traveling with the captain. We meet all sorts of new people.
Sure. Best part is when they pay us.
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. Kinda hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you.
Could be a favor in disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
Damn it. Let's look that up. Alright, well, we're gonna call it a night. It's after 1. Until next time. Peace.